Welcome viewers, this is Windshear. Before you guys start hastily typing the rage messages talking about what an abomination this is to have Battlefield music playing to the introduction of a Battlefront gameplay, hold your horses here, gentlemen and ladies. Just take a breath. I know there's a lot of rage out there, a lot of spam, a lot of hatred. Just a lot of animosity lately I've been seeing on YouTube in general, watching the comment sections blow up on 80byte posting any kind of gameplay or review or just commentary on Battlefront. I don't know where it's coming from. It seems to be coming from all angles, whether you're a Battlefield thoroughbred fan or a Call of Duty fanboy or even I guess maybe a Destiny if you want to sneak it in there. Just everybody hating on Battlefront. And excuse me if I slip, because I'm going to keep correlating Battlefront to Battlefield because frankly I don't see a difference. And yes, the teabags are going to be through this gameplay, so you know, if you don't like that kind of thing, go ahead and leave your note now and move on. It's just, you know, taunting is here in games, and that's what I like to do. I like to taunt people, and I just think it's frankly kind of funny. In this gameplay, what is this video? I hope you guys like the introduction. I, for one, feel like I can relate as a Battlefield player, a Call of Duty player, Destiny player. I played them all, guys. I am a first-person shooter fanboy through and through, and that's why you're only seeing first-person perspective gameplay, and you will be, I guess, will be the only YouTuber out there that doesn't want to go full try-hard and, you know, exploit all the advantages of third-person perspective over first-person perspective. Hell with that crap. If you're a genuine first-person shooter fan, true and through to the core, you will only play in first-person perspective 100% of the time. All right, that's my rant. All everybody else out there, if third-person works for you, go ahead. But personally, it makes my eyes bleed. But I guess you can call this a review, guys. Look, I'm not an expert. I'm a gamer like you guys are, so I'm just going to state it from my perspective, having extensive experience in all first-person shooters out there, majority of them. I've got Black Ops 3 here lately. I've played Destiny, as you guys have seen, and I'm a big Battlefield guy, starting from Battlefield 3. Kind of tapered off of Battlefield 4. I think it's kind of dead. Even though they're still tweaking and patching the game, I think it's been there, done that, and I'm really excited to see something fresh in the gameplay and the market out there. But Black Ops 3 has not worked for me at all. I kind of like the beta, but when the game launched, it's just the maps are way too close corridors and all that. So why do I like this so much? Well, look at these maps; they're wide open. You can actually flank. You can think a little bit on your feet, and maybe use some tactics. Whereas in Black Ops, that's not going to happen. And obviously, Destiny. Let's not even talk about that. That game's dead. It was dead about since all these games came out. And Fallout 4 too. What a phenomenal game. I've been playing that a lot too. Just don't really see much reason to post gameplay of it. But moments like this, when you're coming up unexpected on a super villain Boba Fett who's just dousing you with napalm close quarters, or you round the corner outside and see the Emperor himself out here just zapping your teammates, and you get up a flank and angle on him and take him down. Just moments like this, and in the next clip I'll show you, just around the corner, and you just see Vader and Luke going at it, lightsabers full on, and you help assist that moment. Moments like this you just don't see in any other game, and we have to appreciate the fact that this is an original game in that respect. Now I know Battlefront's been done before, but it has not been done like this, and I never played the first Battlefront, but I'll have to say I'm not a big Star Wars fanboy, and I think that gives me an impartial, unbiased perspective, because I'm not just going to get just salivating here at the screen every little thing that's just so meticulously replicated here in this gameplay, taking from the Star Wars genre and replicating it in video game. It literally puts you in the boots of a Star Wars combatant, whether it's a hero or you're just your average trooper out there. Hats off to DICE and the development and execution of that. There's no question it cannot be done any better. But my perspective, not being a big Star Wars fanboy, I just have to appreciate the visuals and the sound design in this game. Hands down, the best I've ever seen. Hands down, without question. I was watching some gameplay before I had a chance to experience them, and just like, you know, they're in the forgive me, the fanboys here are gonna light me up for not knowing the name of the forest where all the little Ewoks are. But you know, I was watching gameplay from that map, and I apologize, I don't have any in this gameplay. I'm just pretty much sticking to Hoth and I'm stretching here with my aptitude. Tatooine. I'm just going to show those two kind of snow and dirt combination. I didn't want to get all the gameplay in here. There's a lot of gameplay here. I'm just trying to give you some good highlights of the gameplay and experiences. But, you know, that foliage is just unbelievable in that forest. Every little leaf is rendered, you know, to meticulous detail. And this is on next-gen console. I mean, if you got a PC, boy, you really, I mean, do you have any reason to hate on this game? So visuals and sound design, absolutely unparalleled, the best I've ever seen in a first-person shooter. And you know, just that much more for them going all the way and doing every little meticulous replication of the Star Wars type themes into the game. Undeniably, that deserves like professional accreditation awards recommendations. You know, Oscar goes to DICE. You know, okay. Now, with that said, what about the game? I mean, that's what we're all here to play. In my experience, you know, that all I care about is a game rock solid? Is it free of technical hiccups? Is it polished? Is the content there? And I've played the game now. I don't know. I'm rank 17 now, thereabouts, and so I don't have everything unlocked. But I keep waiting to see this or hit this obscure wall. I keep hearing about this wall. Well, you know, you put 10 hours in this game and you hit a wall and you realize there's nothing more to it. The content's just not there. You know, there's a whopping 4 maps in multiplayer here in terms of the Supremacy or the big Walker Assault maps. Most gameplay, all the gameplay you're seeing here is just Supremacy. I'm having fun with all the game modes. That's the point I'm getting at. I like Walker Assault. I like Supremacy here, which is a big, almost like a tug-of-war control type map, which we don't really have in Battlefield. I don't know why I don't have this. Like, kind of similar to Rush, but not really. I don't know. It's like, I guess, more similar to Conquest, but it has this back and forth moment. So when you capture an objective, but then you lose an objective, you have the potential to go all the way to the back of the map, all the way to the top of the map. So there's a lot of back and forth in the gameplay. It makes it very exciting. It's a dynamic I never really saw in Battlefield. I like the droid run, where you're escorting 3 droids. It's kind of like a mobile domination type situation. But, you know, a lot of people hating on those game modes. I haven't played any of the hero stuff or anything like that. But the point I'm getting at is there's lots of game modes with this game, and lots of content there from my perspective. Now, a lot of people are critical that the big maps, the ones that mainly you're seeing here, there's only 4 maps to choose from. And that is a legitimate criticism, and I agree with you that I think there needs to be more content to come, which, of course, there's going to be with the next DLC, which leads me into the next gripe that everybody seems to be hating on, is the fact that you have to buy what they call it, the Sur Pass, whatever, is $50, and it basically gives you 4 more DLCs that are going to launch in the future. DICE has a great reputation. I mean, if you look at Battlefield 4 as an example, how many maps do we have on that game? I mean, there's I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head. A lot of maps coming, and there was a lot of DLCs with that too. So just hold your horses, guys. I mean, everybody's so critical, like the game doesn't launch with everything 100%, all the content, you know. I mean, excuse the game developers for trying to make a buck. I've never really understood this concept out there where the community lights up EA and everybody else, you know, all these Activision big money wigs out there for, oh my god, trying to make money. I mean, that's just these games cost money, they take time, and you know, ultimately they're there to serve the shareholders. Welcome to the business world, guys. I work for a business too. I tell you what, I mean, we all gripe too as workers, oh, you know, they won't give us a raise, they won't do us this, but, you know, it's all about making a profit. That's just corporate greed. Welcome to the real world. Wake up, people, you know. The point is that the game is in a very good state right now, and it has more content coming in the future. Whether or not you want to pay for that, that's your discretion. That's what it all boils down to. I find an immense amount of value in this game because you play it and you enjoy it, and you can play it for hours and hours and hours for $60. I've never been one of these guys. I've seen this before. Luton's a good channel out there. He makes the same case I do. I mean, do you want to spend $60 on a video game that's going to give you, you know, a dozen hours or more of entertainment for $60, or do you want to go hit the club for a couple hours and buy a few drinks, and you're walking out $100 deep, and no girl's phone number in your pocket to take home? You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's all about value. In my terms, experience. This game, with just with the visuals, experience, the immersiveness. That's one thing I've always hit home about video games. Does it do you feel an immersive experience? Does it bring you in the moment? Do you feel the game? Do you feel like you're actually manipulating a character in an outside world, outside environment? Does it take you outside your home for a moment? I'm not trying to get all metaphysical in here, guys, but the point I'm getting at, the game immerses me in the experience, and I greatly enjoy the gameplay, and I have fun doing it. And that, to me, is a good value for $60. I don't know what's a value to you guys for $60, but personally, Call of Duty, I'm just not feeling it. I know some guys love zombies, and I know some people, love the same thing over and over again. But just the outdated visuals, the sound design of that game, it's nothing compared to this game. And I'm not really trying to compare them, but in a sense, it's worth noting that how much far further down the road this game is and ahead of Call of Duty in those respects, and you cannot deny how little Call of Duty has innovated over the years. And I mean, let's be honest, how much they've ripped straight from Destiny and other games. I've never been critical of that. I say bring the best from all games in, but it's worth noting that Call of Duty's really failed to do anything innovative or original other than maybe zombies over the years, which is only the reason to get Black Ops 3 for a lot of reasons for people have right now. But I'm not saying Black Ops is bad. I'm just saying this game is leaps and bounds above it for my type of gamer. If you guys are an older gamer like me, I'm 34 years old now. I'm not a 13-year-old Twitch shooter kid that can just instantly react and get my reticle on a target and just melt you in a nanosecond. I always like games like Battlefield that require a little bit of aptitude, a little bit of thinking on your feet, designing your loadout. What do you want to do? How do you want to engage this? How do you want to approach a situation? How do you want to flank? That's why I've always loved Battlefield, and not to mention the destructibility, the immersion, the sound, the visuals. Now, the destruction is not really there in this game, although that look like how the trees do fall on that forest map. But one thing that does chat me a bit here, guys, is probably one of the most critical things I can say about this game is that damn radar in the lower left-hand corner screen. Where did this come from? A radar that's always showing you where the enemies are, unless you're crouched. And that's why you see a lot of times this gameplay, I am crouched because I do not want to be in this mini-map. And if you guys have played Destiny, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is straight from Destiny. Essentially, you're always on the map unless you're crouched, and then it's like an intermittent signature. I'm not really sure. I think it takes you off the map completely as long as you're crouched here, but where did that come from? I didn't even realize that this was a case in beta. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but it's very difficult for me to really kind of be an aggressive mobile guerrilla warfare tactic type fighter when I'm always a threat on the radar. People know when I'm coming, so unless I'm crouched, I'm just creeping along. It's really slow and it's not effective. So a lot of times you just have to kind of frankly camp in a corner crouched when you know enemies are coming at you and do the last stand kind of thing here. But I mean, that's what else can you do here? I mean, you can't go straight on head to head. You got to pull back and crouch down so they don't know you're there. But I really don't like that. I'd like to see that change in maybe a future game mode where maybe there's only first-person perspective allowed in all vehicles and infantry, and there's no threat detector, and they just keep the damage models the same. I think it's spot on in terms of the time to kill. I'm really liking that T-21 blaster rifle that you saw in all the clips beforehand. It's a very slow, semi-automatic DMR type weapon. All in all, I really do like the weapons. I always like, the reason I like those higher damage weapons because I don't like this constant red stream basically showing a line to my position, whereas I'd rather just fire 3 shots in a short burst. That way it doesn't give away my position as much. All this talk about this game being casual, this is Star Wars, guys. What else is it going to be? This is not meant to be a MLG tactical first-person, uber try-hard game, but I still feel like that there's a learning curve here, and like in any other game, you can take it casually or you can take it seriously. There's still good effective tactics and positioning and knowing your weapon limitations and strengths. Having a good card load out there. I know you guys are probably already have lit me up about having that homing missile in the beginning gameplay. All these noob crutches out there and everything. I know these Battlefield guys out there are just so salty about it. And I'm just like, get over it, guys. Get over it. It's a fun game. Use it to your advantage. everything's overpowered in that hand card if you know how to use it correctly. It's a new dynamic to the game that I am embracing. I'm really enjoying. But that's just my perspective. I know a lot of guys out there don't like it, and you know, you can go back to Battlefield 4 and let me know how that's working for you. I mean, how many years has it been? It's time to move on, guys, and I really appreciate new dynamics and new content and thinking outside the box. It's something I've wanted for a long time with the Battlefield game, and anytime I brought that up in like Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, like you know, the community just doesn't like it, and I think the community is just I don't know, a little too regimented, a little too traditional. It's time to shake up a little bit and get some new blood in, and that's what you're seeing here in the future. And you know, I'm sympathetic. People like a game the way it runs, the way it's been, always has been. You know, they don't want to change it. I understand that dedication, but at the same point in time, if as a developer, as a game producer like here at EA DICE, if they don't shake it up, it's going to turn into Call of Duty. It's going to be more of the same, and it's time that we bring some dynamics in here. But I still feel like this is classic Battlefield. That's kind of where that beginning montage came in. I mean, me stemming the onslaught of enemies, flooding in their thermal grenades, explosions. I'm taking cover. I don't even know what's out in front of me. I'm not cheating with that third person's perspective. I'm taking cover behind a box. Pop my head up. A guy's got a Gatling gun out there. I pull out my homing missile, take him out with that, throw another grenade. Drop guys running in there like Rambo, playing foolishly, capitalizing on their predictability, establishing a defensive perimeter, and being the only man doing so. And by the way, what I say about Battlefield, you never chase people into corridors when you're mad. You don't do it, and that's why. And that short-range blaster, again, is a loadout, it's a tactic, it's ability that allows me to complement my loadout. This weapon's not good in close quarters, so I am what's the word I'm trying to look for? It was a fancy word, forgive me, I can't but I am trying to foster, or this really aggravates me, not anyway, I'm trying to buff my short range weakness with a card that allow me to take out enemies close range. I'm sorry, that was really sloppy. I do this all unscripted on the fly, guy, but the point I'm getting at here is that there's tactics, there's strategies, there's loadouts, and there's still this mentality that this feels like Battlefield to me. Wide open spaces, multiple enemies, knowing, you know, you just can't run into a corridor with 6 people and probably expecting to wipe them all out like you can in Call of Duty if you have, you know, the right type of weapon. Just that never really happens too much in Battlefield unless you're employing good tactics and strategies. So that's where I'm at here with this game, guys. I really enjoy it. I recommend it. I think it's worth the value. I hope you guys like this content. It's unscripted, it's unbiased, and it's just from a gamer like you guys. I will see you guys on the Battlefield. I'm moving on to Battlefront. Destiny's pretty much dead to me. That's where I'm at on my content, guys. So to my Destiny viewers, good luck to you. I'll see what comes in the future, but right now I'll be focusing on this game in the future. And I appreciate your support, your comments, and this is Windshear. Thanks for watching.